is to inform customers who have outstanding water and sewer bills of US $50 and above that the Liberia Water and Sewer Corporation, as LWSC, will commence a mass disconnection exercise in the coming days. Affected customers are strongly advised to settle their arrears promptly to avoid service disconnection and the inconvenience and embarrassment that may result. LWSC remains committed to providing reliable water and sewer services and counts on the cooperation of all customers to meet their payment obligations. Thank you for your understanding and continued support. This is signed by the management of LWSC. The Office of Admissions and Records of the Liberia Christian College is cited to announce the registration for regular students, new students, readmission students, and transfer students. Registration dates, regular registration, the student registration, January 20 to February 20, 2026. That is today to the 20th of February. And late registration will be from February 21 to 28, 2026. And classes will start March 2, 2026. So the tuition, LCC, that's Liberia Christian College, offers a flat rate tuition of $200 per semester. Flat rate. Visit our 5th Street or Dixville campus daily for your walk-in entrance. And the entrance fee is only $10. The Liberia Christian College is accredited by the National Commission on Higher Education and is granted license to offer certificate, diploma, associate of arts, and bachelor degrees in the following programs. School of Business, you have Accounting and Finance, Procurement and Supply Chain, Human Resource Management, Project Management, Entrepreneurship and Innovation, Economics and Statistics, International Business and Marketing Management, Monitoring and Evaluation, Management of International Organizations. In the School of Science and Technology, you have Computer Networking, Data Science and Analytics, Management Information System, Telecommunication, Fashion and Garment Design. School of Liberal Arts, that's Criminal Justice, Public Administration, Communication Arts. From the School of Education, you have Early Childhood Education, Primary Education, Secondary Education, Education Management and Supervision, Guidance and Counseling. School of Public Health and Environmental Science, you have Public Health and Environmental Science. School of Christian Education, you have Christian Education, Church Administration and Management, Pastoral Theology. And from the School of Agriculture, you have General Agriculture, Agribusiness Management, and Agri-Economics. And this is signed by the Office of Admission and Records of the Liberia Christian College. The final one, the Liberia Water and Sewer Corporation is pleased to announce the successful replacement of damaged sewer pipes on Benson Street, Central Monrovia. And customers in the area with valid registration will now be reconnected as our technical, sales, and marketing teams visit the community in the coming days. Property owners on Benson Street and nearby areas who are not yet connected to the sewer network are encouraged to visit our Front Street office Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. and Saturday, 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. to complete their registration. LWSC remains committed to providing reliable services and appreciates the cooperation and support of our customers, and this is signed as well by the management of the entity. So welcome, and welcome to it. This is the OK Conversation on OKFM 99.5. Share the video. Invite others to join in. Yeah. Invite others to join in. Tell us where you're watching from, where you're following from. You could get a mention as we go on, But things are happening. Things are happening. Oh, things are happening. Yeah, we are live now. We are live on our Facebook page. So, yep, join us, join us, join us, join us, join us. Things are happening. But let me play you this interaction at the Congress where Senator Josh Hawley was taking on Dr. Verma, and I want you to hear this. You know.
Do you think that men can get pregnant?
I hesitated there because I wasn't sure where the conversation was going or what the goal was. I mean, I do take care of patients with different identities. I take care of many women. I take care of people with different identities. And so that's where I paused. I think, yeah, I wasn't sure where you were going with that.
Well, the goal is just the truth. So can men get pregnant?
Again, the reason I paused there is I'm not really sure what the goal of the question
The goal is just to establish a biological reality. You just said a moment ago that science and evidence should control, not politics.
Absolutely.
So let's just test that proposition. Can men get pregnant?
I take care of people with many identities, but
Can men get pregnant?
There are many women that can get pregnant. I do take care of people that don't identify as women. That
Can men get pregnant?
Again, as I'm saying,
Let me just remind you what you testified to a moment ago. Science and evidence should control, not politics. So can men get pregnant? You're a doctor, I think.
Science and evidence should guide medicine.
Do science and evidence tell us that men can get pregnant? Biological men, can they get pregnant?
I also think yes/no questions like this are a political tool. And
No, yes/no questions are about the truth, doctor. Let's not make a mockery of this proceeding. This is about science and evidence, and I'm asking you. You know, the United States Supreme Court just heard arguments yesterday at great length on this question. This is not a hypothetical question. This is not theoretical. It affects real people in their real lives. And you're here as an expert, called by the other side as an expert, and you've been telling us that you follow, right, you're a doctor, and you follow the science and the evidence. So I just want to know, based on the science, can men get pregnant? That's a yes or no question. It really is, I think.
I think you're trying to reduce the complexity of a lot.
I'm not. I'm trying to get, it's not complex. I'm trying to get to an answer, and I'm trying to test, frankly, your veracity as a medical professional and as a scientist. Can men get pregnant?
I think you're also conflating
This is
male
extraordinary.
female with
No, I'm not conflating male and female. They're two different things. There's biological men and there's biological women. And I want to know, can men get pregnant?
What you were talking about is biological.
You're not going to answer my question, it sounds like.
Biological males.
This isn't hard, doctor. Can men get pregnant? Yes or no?
Again, I would be more than happy to have a conversation with you that is not coming from a place of trying to be polarized and push.
I'm not trying to be polarizing. I'm trying to ask, I think it is extraordinary that we are here in a hearing about science and about women. And for the record, it's women who get pregnant, not men. We are here about the safety of women and science that shows that this abortion drug causes adverse health events in 11% of cases. That's 22 times greater than the FDA label, another fact you haven't acknowledged. And yet you won't even acknowledge the basic reality that biological men don't get pregnant. There's a difference between biological men and biological women. I don't know how we can take you seriously and your claims to be a person of science if you won't level with this on this basic issue. I thought we were past all of this, frankly. I can't believe we're still here talking about this.
I am a person of science, and I'm also someone here who's here to represent the complex experiences of my patients, and I don't think polarized language or questions serve that goal. I don't think they serve the American people.
It is not polarizing to say that there is a scientific difference between men and women, and I want this to be clear and for the record. It is not polarizing to say that women are a biological reality and should be treated and protected as such. That is not polarizing, that is truth. It is also, by the way, the United States Constitution, which offers unique protections to women in a variety of circumstances as women. And your refusal to recognize women as women and men as men is deeply corrosive to science, to public trust, and yes, to constitutional protections for women as women. And I think it's extraordinary that you would sit here and advance a political agenda that has been thoroughly discredited and rejected by the American people in this forum. And I'm glad we had this exchange because it is exceptionally clarifying. It is also in many ways quite depressing.
Book. Knowledge. And, and you're like, whew, I want more and more of my leaders to take on officials and different people who will go to testify like that. You have to be knowledgeable about it's just so enjoyable. So what you listen to there is, there is this agenda that, people can say they are women. They are men, but they change parts of their body. They say they are women. And so they should be taken as women. They should be given the kind of treatments and favoritism that women will get. There are people in the Western world like that. And so there are those, there are political sides that support those kinds of things. People, should be whatever they want to be. You man today, tomorrow you change yourself. You say you woman, you want to change yourself to man and all those kinds of things. And there will be scientists and doctors that will want to support those kinds of things. So you hear the LGBTQI, lesbian, LGBT, lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, queer. I stands for something else. I'm not sure I can remember right now. Yeah. So, yeah, you have those kinds of people, and there will be people. So, the other side in American politics carry this doctor to back up that claim to prove that men and women are just the same. And there's no significant biological difference and all of that, and so there's Republican senators pushing back. So making the point that men and women are actually different. There is biological difference, and the key question to this doctor is: can a biological man get pregnant? You doctor, you are a scientific person. You're a scientist. Can a man, a biological man, a man as a man, can he get pregnant? That answer. That all the thing is simple. Men can get pregnant.
Do you think that men can get pregnant?
I hesitated there because I wasn't sure where the conversation was going or what the goal was. I mean, I do take care of patients with different identities. I take care of many women. I take care of people with different identities. And so that's where I paused. I think, I wasn't sure where you were going with that.
Well, the goal is just the truth. So can men get pregnant?
Again, the reason I paused there is I'm not really sure what the goal of the question
The goal
was.
is just to establish a biological reality. You just said a moment ago that science and evidence should control, not politics. So let's just test that proposition. Can men get pregnant?
I take care of people with many identities, but
Can men get
I take care
pregnant?
of many women that can get pregnant. I do take care of people that don't identify as women. That
Can men get pregnant?
Again, as I'm saying,
Let me just remind you what you testified to a moment ago. Science and evidence should control, not politics. So can men get pregnant? You're a doctor, I
agree.
think.
Science and evidence should guide medicine.
Do science and evidence tell us that men can get pregnant? Biological men, can they get pregnant?
I also think yes/no questions like this are a political.
That all can men get pregnant. Who says science should guide it? So according to science, can biological men, a man as he is, can he get pregnant the way a woman can get pregnant? That's the issue there.
Tool. And
No, yes/no questions are about the truth, doctor. Let's not make a mockery of this proceeding. This is about science and evidence, and I'm asking you. The United States Supreme Court just heard arguments yesterday at great length on this question. This is not a hypothetical question. This is not theoretical. It affects real people in their real lives. And you're here as an expert, called by the other side as an expert, and you've been telling us that you follow, right, you're a doctor. and you follow the science and the evidence. So I just want to know, based on the science, can men get pregnant? That's a yes or no question. It really is, I think.
I think you're trying to reduce the complexity of a lot.
I'm not. I'm trying to get, it's not complex. I'm trying to get to an answer, and I'm trying to test, frankly, your veracity as a medical professional and as a scientist. Can men get pregnant?
I think you're also conflating
This is
male
extraordinary.
female with
No, I'm not conflating male and female. They're two different things. There's biological men and there's biological women. And I want to know, can men get pregnant?
what you were talking about is biological.
Okay, folks, they can't answer when I can. Okay. Something terrible is happening in real life. I'm watching on DN News and different other sites. There is a very terrible fire incident somewhere along those stores. A huge fire has been blazing. I see fire service trucks there trying to put out the fire. It really burned down this store. Is it one or two? That's what I'm watching right now. There are other stores nearby, and of course, they're trying to prevent the fire from spreading over to them. This is what I'm watching. A very, very huge fire situation. I've been watching this fire think more than 15 minutes now. More than 15 minutes now. And fire service is the but it is terrible. I pray and hope that there is no death. I pray and hope that there is no death. Also, I was around 72nd earlier when I saw the AFL people placing some barricade. You know, that whole land area around us, they have some kind of barrack there. The one they are placed by. So all the people down there have to move. I was there when they were planting the post to carry barbed wire around there. And the barbed wire from online entities I've been watching as well. The barbed wires have been placed there now. So all the residents there have to move. Everybody living around there has to move. So that's why it is. That is what it is. It is what it is. Fire service is already in red light for what is happening there. So we hope that situation can be brought under serious and rapid control. One of our workmates here, Princess Kekula, is celebrating her birthday today. Happy birthday to you, Princess, and wishing you all of God's choicest blessing. So this whole fire situation has been going on for almost an hour because the first guy who went live, one Wilmot Makrete, is still live. I'm seeing 44 minutes. So the fire started before he started going live. So almost an hour, and it is yet to be put out. It is still blazing. So we pray for the best. Okay. So we told you we have a whole lot of things to talk about, to roll over. Let's go from the end of the executive mansion. Let's go from the end of the executive mansion. President Bwaga, when he was in Nimba, paid a courtesy visit to Christian Foundation, Deaf School, and pledged his support for inclusive education. That was a good thing to do. He also urged Liberians to invest in quality infrastructure, saying that a strong infrastructure creates wealth. So let's read a bit of that. President Joseph Newman Boakai Sr. has called on Liberians to place strong and sustained emphasis on the development of quality infrastructure, noting that sound infrastructure is a foundation for national prosperity and inclusive growth. Which growth? Inclusive growth. The president made a call Monday, January 19, 2026, in Compaseri, Nimba County, during the opening of the National Infrastructure Conference, a forum aimed at strengthening Liberia's approach to infrastructure planning and development. President Boakai said Liberians must build infrastructure that meets international standards, is resilient to climate change, generates employment, stimulates enterprise, and promotes equitable growth. I am hoping that this conference will yield good fruits. Yeah, that it will not be something we come from and we can't hear again. I hope it will really be able to set standards and everything and create a pathway that all administrations can follow. Very important to do. It shouldn't be another talking shop. People go, they talk, and that's it. So we expect the best out of it. Now, also, when plenty of things are happening, they just happen, they happen. LSCC has released a whole lot of things. I have to read them as well. Before we go there, on yesterday, we were invited by Senator DeLone to visit another graduation exercise of some people who were hooked on drugs, illicit drugs, and needed rehabilitation. 32 of them were put in, but 25 graduated. They were fully rehabilitated with skills as well, producing some detergents and all of that. And so they were graduated on yesterday. When that was my second time going there, and when I go there, it feels to me like that place in the Bible where they say when one soul turns to God, accepts Christ as a Lord and personal Savior, and they turn to God when they leave their sins and all of that, so they can be rejoicing in heaven. When you accept, God, when you say, "Oh, I'm not a sinner again," your devil are tired with you are going to go. The whole of heaven can rejoice. So imagine 25 human beings being detoxified, placed back in society quite well, released from the grimy clutches of drugs, illicit drugs, and rehabilitated fully with skills as well, not just rehabilitated, but with a skill that could help them make life better than they were. For me, it is commendable. If it were even one human being, one person, it is commendable. And 25, and this is, is it the 5th or 7th? I think it should be either the 5th or 7th graduation exercise. So a whole lot of people have gone through that. And being someone who has gone there and seen, it is not an easy place to manage. It is a very difficult place to manage. A very, very difficult place to manage, I tell you. Because I know in terms of food, I saw the amount of food they can eat per day, morning, afternoon, evening, and all that. So the amount of people working there that have to be paid, and all those kinds of things. So yeah, that's why it is. This is why it is important, to give support, and I hope a whole lot of institutions and other people can give support to that kind of initiative. I hope more of them can spring up, because you have thousands of people hooked on these drugs, wayward in the streets and all of that, and they deserve some kind of rehabilitation. Right? So again, we say congratulations to the Monserrato senator on this. This is big. This is okay, and it's helpful to the society. So I'm taking you somewhere small. Another thing that is brewing up Capitol Hill, our reporter is telling me that since 10 a.m., Caroline Jensen, she has been up Capitol Hill. She covers the House. Up to present, they haven't started session yet. There seems not to be quorum, but AMLD is supposed to be looked at today, to be passed, or whatever the case is. But something seems to be delaying the entrance of the legislators in the chambers to discuss. It's already after 3, in fact, it's 5 minutes to 4 from where I sit. So we'll see how that pans out, but it is a major concern. It is a very major concern. So, on ArcelorMittal deal, I've seen a whole lot of writing and all of that. For years now, this deal has been there. I do not think as a country we have the moral authority now to consistently question it. And I say so because some of us have spoken from we are time. Oh, ArcelorMittal has to do this, it has to do that. Yeah, the pride they care about, and all of that. All of us eyes, the whole country eyes were open behind ArcelorMittal deal. In all of that, B Mountain deal went there with a whole lot of holes and everything. We did not even see it was passed the previous administration. Yeah, amendment, whatever. Then I opened it up here these few days and we saw how terrible it was. Oranto, we started hearing about Oranto coming. And then through research, we found out, Oranto is troublesome. Oranto was there before. They flipped our blocks, made some cool 200 plus million bucks, put it in the back of their pockets or in some bags, wherever it was, or gowns, and they walked away with this. They did us dirty. We highlighted all of those. Oranto deal king, he passed. Despite all of the red flags. In fact, credible reporting out of Senegal is saying that the Senegalese government is rescinding their license because fees they were supposed to pay. So we pay this one like the day of the Liberian government here. It was not forthcoming. So the Senegalese government said, no, we are tired. We're tired of you people. They revoked their license. Yeah, just recently, last week. So we'll be watching. HPS scheme as well. ArcelorMittal deal was still there. We highlighted all of the issues in HPS deal, which is also, which could also be problematic for ArcelorMittal deal and all of that. We highlighted all of those things. It passed. People who you don't do business with all of the red flags, we pass it. So, what would be the moral ground to still hold on to ArcelorMittal? Let's be honest. Let's be fair. People who have been here, they came in our most needed of times. Critical time in the country just after war. They took risks. Did they do everything perfectly? No. Have we critiqued them? Yeah. But have they paid royalties and whatsoever they were supposed to pay? Yes. Have they employed people and are they paying them very well? Yeah. They are some of the highest employers in the country, if not the highest. They should be among them. And they're paying people well. Yeah, so if there are issues, and this other deal looks like it is even better than what was there before. $200 million, we the one decided what to do with it. They didn't decide, they didn't tell us, oh, the 200 million signing bonus, do this and do that. No, we decided, say, we will not improve the living conditions of the people living around the mines. We are the ones who decided it was not ArcelorMittal. We could have put millions there to transform those places into mini cities. That's 200 million we're talking about here. You have your National Housing Authority. We should be able to get involved in building those kinds of places. We did not do that. Yeah? So, for me now, yes, I am. Yeah, because it will be very unfair now. Everybody can you pass it. I met the people. When you are doing business, the people that you know good, at least we know these ones. So, do what you are supposed to do now. Sometimes it is not a good thing for investment if there is too much of dilly-dallying, long years, negotiation, renegotiation, when you know you still end up the same place you wanted to end up. Yeah. I really got disappointed by those two deals that Oranto and HPS, the way they pass it, despite all of the concerns. So, what else you want us to say? Pass it. Still on foreign affairs, somebody who is a diplomat, because I do not think I should say former diplomat. He's a former official of government, but he's not a former diplomat. He's a diplomat. Elias Shuniyi wrote something very important. It's a long one, but let me try. Implications of the U.S. visa suspension for Liberians. Let me try to read from the extract. Since the recent indefinite pause in U.S. immigrant visa processing for Liberia among 74 other countries last week, I have received multiple requests from both local and international journalists and policymakers seeking my perspective. I must first acknowledge that the U.S. visa restrictions have implications for the 74 affected countries. However, this measure, a part of a reassessment of U.S. visa screening under the public charge rule, affects only immigrant visas that lead to permanent residency, green cards, not tourist, student, or other temporary visas. American officials insist it is a temporary administrative pause, not a punitive travel ban. Nevertheless, many Liberians perceive it as a major setback, given our unique historical ties and long-standing friendly relations with the United States. For Liberians seeking immigration status, this suspension disrupts family reunifications and dashes the immediate hopes of diversity visa lottery winners who were on the cusp of emigrating. The announcement has understandably caused anxiety in our communities, both at home and in the diaspora, as families must now wait longer and uncertainty looms over planned migrations. Notwithstanding, it's important to note that Liberia is actively leveraging its diplomatic channels to address this issue. Our Ministry of Foreign Affairs has emphasized that this is an administrative pause and is engaging U.S. authorities for clarity on its duration and scope. Foreign Minister Sarah Beslow Nyanti is leading high-level engagements with U.S. counterparts. Good. Through these efforts, Liberia is reaffirming its commitment to cooperate on immigration matters, for example, by addressing concerns over visa overstays and ensuring compliance with U.S. immigration regulations. We are reminding our American friends of Liberia's historic partnership with the United States, rooted in shared values and mutual respect, mutual interests. Our long-standing ties gave us a platform to advocate for a swift resolution or exemption, highlighting that Liberian immigrants have traditionally contributed positively in the U.S. and that our government is ready to work on any technical concerns. This diplomatic push is not just bilateral. We are also in solidarity with other affected nations, particularly our African neighbors. By constructively engaging the U.S., we aim to turn this pause into a dialogue, one that results in clearer, fairer visa procedures and preserves the hope of those who aspire to reunite with family or pursue opportunities in America. Beyond the immediate visa issue, we must confront a fundamental question. Why do so many Liberians try to migrate to the U.S. in the first place? When I spoke about these things yesterday, did I say something similar? You know, I did. The answer is simple: economic push. Our people are not fleeing Liberia because they lack patriotism. They are leaving largely because of limited economic opportunities at home. Despite gradual progress made by this administration, Liberia remains a least developed country, with about half of our population living in poverty, high youth unemployment, low incomes. Low incomes, ask the journalists, they will tell you what low incomes means. They're very synonymous. Journalism in Liberia is synonymous with low income. So low incomes and inadequate access to quality education and healthcare create a sense of urgency among our youth to seek better livelihoods abroad. Decades of conflict and the toll of the Ebola epidemic severely disrupted our economy and infrastructure between 2014 and 2016, and recovery has been slow. In many cases, emigrating to the US or elsewhere is seen as the best chance to find stable jobs, support family members back home, or further one's education. This push factor is at the heart of Liberia's migration trend. As long as domestic opportunities remain scarce, the allure of greener pastures in America will persist. Recognizing this reality is crucial, as it means the long-term solution does not lie solely in U.S. immigration policy, but in improving conditions in Liberia so that living is a choice rather than a necessity. Broadening Liberia's economic base, a public policy solution. Ultimately, the most sustainable response to curbing unwelcome migration pressures is public policy at home. We need to broaden our economic base and give Liberians hope and opportunities right here in Liberia. This involves a multi-pronged strategy. Expanding trade. We must urgently increase our energy capacity, manufacturing, and aggressively seek markets far beyond our borders for Liberian products. Embracing regional trade, for instance, through the African Continental Free Trade Area, and forging international trade partnership can boost exports of everything from agricultural goods to value-added products. A more export-oriented economy will create jobs and reduce our over-reliance on a few commodities, improving the investment climate. It is vital to create an investment-friendly environment that attracts both foreign and local investors. This means continuing to strengthen the rule of law and property rights, simplifying business regulations, upgrading infrastructure like electricity and roads, and fighting corruption. Investors are drawn to stable, predictable environments. Our economic freedom scores remains low, at 154th globally, indicating much room for improvement in governance and regulatory efficiency. By enacting reforms, we can spur investment in sectors like agro-processing, manufacturing, and technology, generating employment for our citizens. Developing tourism. Liberia's rich cultural heritage and natural attractions, pristine beaches, rainforests, historical sites, present untapped potential for tourism. With the right policies, improving security, marketing Liberia as a destination, and investing in hospitality infrastructure, tourism can become a significant source of revenue and jobs. Many of our West African neighbors have benefited from tourism. Liberia can do the same by showcasing its unique history, including ties to African American heritage and ecotourism sites. Enhancing governance. Good governance is the linchpin for all the above. We must continue to strengthen institutions, ensure transparency and accountability in public service, and uphold the rule of law. This creates an environment where economic growth translates into broadly shared prosperity. Inclusive governance giving all Liberians a stake in the nation's progress will help stem the desperation that fuels mass migration. When citizens see that leadership is responsive and resources are managed for the public good, hope is restored. This includes investing in education and vocational training so that our youth can seize new employment opportunities that a diversified economy will bring. By pursuing these policies, Liberia can significantly reduce the economic push factors. Over time, if a young Liberian can find a good job at home, start a business, or believe in a brighter future in Liberia, the incentive to uproot their lives in search of work abroad will diminish. In other words, our people will be pulled by opportunities here rather than pushed to migrate. Despite the challenges posed by the U.S. visa pause, this is also a moment of reflection and resolve for us to double down on reforms that make Liberia a place where opportunities abound. Conclusion: turning challenges into opportunities. In closing, while this U.S. visa suspension presents immediate challenges for Liberians, it also underscores the urgency of our ongoing efforts to improve Liberia from within. We will continue to engage the United States through diplomacy, appealing to our historic friendship and fairness, in hopes that the pause will be lifted or refined. At the same time, this situation strengthens our resolve to make Liberia a country where hope and opportunity thrive, so that our citizens are never forced by economic despair to seek livelihoods an ocean away. By broadening our economic base, bolstering governance, and creating jobs at home, we can ensure that migration becomes a matter of choice rather than survival. I remain optimistic that, working together, the government, the private sector, civil society, and our partners, Liberia can rise to the challenge. In doing so, we will not only reduce the pressures of immigration, but also fulfill the promise of a better life for all Liberians right here on our soil. I didn't see this. Fun fact: Maserado County District 5 represented as one of the lawmakers on Nimba. Why county-wide session hasn't started yet? And he told her, the place is dark. We're waiting on y'all to bring light. This entire delay is centered around signature fee. That's a source from within the capital. Okay. You know? We know what the problem is, and people like Elias Shunayin have written quite eloquently about it with solutions. Are we going to listen? It is not about critiquing a government in power. No, it goes to the heart. It doesn't matter who is president. If you give most Liberians the chance, they will leave this country and go to America. It doesn't matter who is president. So the fundamental question is why? And he answered the question. Economic. It is a challenge for all of us. You're listening to me, you could become a leader tomorrow. They could make you representative. They could make you senator. They could make you minister, deputy, assistant minister. You could be anything. How do we ensure that we are making this place more livable for all? That even if you are a sanitation worker, you could earn a living that could make you take care of yourself and your children. That if you wanted to travel, it would be a matter of choice. If you wanted to live anywhere, it will not be because it's not easy or you don't get it. So you're fighting hard to do some bad things and blah, 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 and all that just so you can live in another country. You just go to an embassy and they look at your employment history, they look at how much you earn, they look at your personal history in terms of your police records and all those kinds of things. Yeah, some country, no, plenty hard time. Because the first thing is they want you to go to that country to spend money there. Oh, yes. The other say, don't take money from American taxpayers. Don't extract wealth. You should carry money to spend. Oh, but you can't see the put again deny visa. Yeah. That is what we need. And if we make this place so livable, so okay, you have even more people wanting to come here as well as a destination. These are all the recommendations in there. And I hope the government will take these in good faith and not be responding like the fighting people. We so politically, the politics is so high that everything, we want fire, we want, the other time ain't happy, ain't do it, the other one, no. Yeah, that kind of politics brings people to power, it takes them from power and all those kinds of things, but does it solve the issues confronting the country? How do we ensure that investments like ArcelorMittal thrive so well that other investors, can come in to help, both local and international? How are we encouraging all of them? How are we getting the best out of it? How are we ensuring that the resources accrued by government from investments are creating opportunities, expanding economic opportunities for the people? So that it is not always, the other investment hasn't done this. The 200 million, if they and I think they should pass the ArcelorMittal deal. Are we investing are we sure that plan is a wise investment that brings dividend for the people in its totality? Or do we want to look back at it? We could spend 200 million of signing bonus. In the grand scheme of things, that's not big money in big countries, but in countries like Liberia, there's plenty of money there, 200 million. There's plenty of money. Are we investing it? Are we using it in such a way that it leaves a lasting legacy, an impact so huge that it cannot be ignored? These are the kinds of questions we should ask ourselves as a country. Because trust me, we can do this back and forth with CDC and UP and blah, 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 and this and that. It doesn't solve the issues. People who were poor, CDC time, okay, let's go back. After the war, a whole lot of people who were poor are still poor and will continue to be poor. So then what's the issue? The answer I just read. The recommendations are that. Let's take some calls for the next 10 minutes. When we come back, I will start to read an audit report on LWSC. 777-700-995, 555-995-995. We've talked about the ArcelorMittal. We've read Elias Shunin's article. We've also talked about different other things in this segment. Let's hear from you. 777-700-995, 555-995-995. Let's start from international. Welcome.
Yeah, good morning, Julius, Patrick. So,
go ahead, Patrick.
And this is what I've always said on the show. It does not matter. I'm just going to buttress you. It does not matter who is in power. What matters most is how can you use the word livable? I will use the word. How can we create we want a Liberia where the people, and I will keep saying it on the show, all of us will get it. We want a Liberia where the people in Betu, the people in Fango.
Where is it? Or where is this place? There's Betu, a place you always.
It's in Nima County.
Oh, okay.
So we want a country where not only those in politics, not only has our college people with masters, but a Liberia where people with not in high school, no degree, no college can be able to live. I gave you an example in the US. There are jobs for people in high school. There are jobs for no high school students. There are jobs for college, no college students. Now, there are jobs for master's, PhD students. Now, there are a lot of Liberians in the US with masters. But if your master's degree does not give you a job, guess what they're doing? They go down to jobs that for high school students, non-high school students. That's how a society is supposed to be. But unlike in Liberia, when you get high more in politics, there's a likelihood you will get a job. When you supporting Senator Dillon or Joseph Boca, there's a likelihood you will get a job. How about the people who are not involved in politics? So until we can reach that point where people with no degree, people that did not go to school like the US, how can we be able to get a society where they will be able to work, factory jobs for them, house cleaning, PCA jobs for them? This is the problem. It's not Joseph Boakai, it's not George, it is a Liberia's problem. How can we get this done? It's for us to be honest to ourselves. Our leaders in Liberia, in my mind, are tend to be corrected. They are the problem. I think so. They're not leading us rightly. Bad leadership going to result into bad results.
Okay.
We have to do better.
Patrick Soa, thanks so kindly for your call. Let's listen to more people. Welcome. Let's hear you.
Yeah, good afternoon, Julius. Yeah, I'm Fasu Koma, and I joined your conversation from one of the ambience of the United Party election.
Go ahead.
Yeah, basically only as related to what is the talking point that has to do with the US visa restriction and the next piece written by the former deputy minister, Ilashini, I think that piece was beautiful rating. All we need to do as a country is to leverage the opportunity and the resources for the common good of the people. They are fighting for corruption, make sure that the resources of the country should be in the pockets of selectable few. Like the resources should be expended for the common good of the people. For economic growth, you show that investors come in the country and invest. Get a very solidified rule of law system that the rule of law should be applied to be applied irrespective of personality, religious creed. You don't need the rest. So when you do all these things, I think it will help to bring many opportunities that will thereby help to we in Liberian land. Instead of maybe resources can depending on all of people to prepare your country. All of people have to prepare your country. That our development rests on our very shoulder. We should shoulder responsibility to go to Liberia instead of depending on foreigner to prepare Liberia. So we need to try for the rest will rest on your shoulder. So thank you so much.
Thanks so kindly as well. Let's take more calls. 777-995-555, 995-995. The numbers to call. We are discussing our country. It is not every time we come here. But we have to discuss the real things that are affecting people. These are the real issues. Welcome. Let's hear you.
James Siakwe from Matari. Julius, thank you for the show. James Siakwe from Matari. Julius, the talking point is very good. We get talking in the conscience of we the Liberia, we the voters. We keep buttering the bread of these politicians who will claim to care ourselves for. They even come on job for we the common people to do to just make a country good for ourselves. We don't do it for us. They push our income poverty and yes, they will cry for them. We keep buttering their breath for they and their children, and then later they say, oh yeah, you're not in your way, and we keep waiting. When will we get there? You want to the people there ain't no lazy we leave for you to go to America. Why we get natural resources here a lot, but yeah, say it can benefit us. Julius, we don't know how to go.
You went up by yourself? Okay, thanks so kindly. Let's see who's here. Welcome. Let's hear you. Hello?
Yeah, hello.
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, this, good evening. This is actually Moses Robert Nimna, putting in for electoral edition number 9. Yeah,
Go ahead.
Julius, let me tell you for free. If Liberia is suitable for living, people will not be living from here. Liberia will not be living from here, won't grow America to go live. It's the problem for this country is our people who represent or who are representing senators, president, those people are the cause of the problem of this country. I want what you were saying, one person offer will $50 million for office management. For what thing? This is why I did it, just lay it down, just put it for yourself. You know, when you're outside, we've been telling Julius, we know that politicians are not nation builders. Let it be able to create avenue for other people to be able to get jobs, to be able to work and get money for themselves and keep the country going forward. Thank you, Julius, for the time.
Thanks so kindly as well. Let's see who's on this end. Welcome. Let's hear you.
Yeah, good afternoon, Julius.
Yes, go ahead.
Thank you. My name is Prince Scottima, and I join you on FDA District 4.
Go ahead.
Well, for me, the issue of the United States suspending the issue of immigrant visa, I think it is something that we as Liberians need to see how best we can come together to consolidate. But if we have people from the other side trying to criticize this government for the issue of visa restriction, I think it is not about a particular regime or a government. It's about our own attitude behavior that today the United States government has now restricted us from having immigrant visa. So we need to work together as Liberians, not to be shipping blame. Some people saying that our country and this government have been essential. For me, there's not essential. There's a clear indication that we as Liberians need to change our mind, change our attitude, and behave in all the manners so that the United States can have confidence.
You went up by yourself. Welcome. Let's hear you.
Julius,
Mm-hmm.
good afternoon.
Go ahead.
I'm having Peter Senior calling from Chicken Factory.
Yes, go ahead.
Thank you so much for reading the communication from the former government official. You know, Julius, that is our major issue in this country. So Julius, are fortunate to have served because I'm an agriculturist. In agriculture. So I was fortunate to work in Bon County and Nimba. Julius, if you see how this country is rich, you know, my former boss from the Africa Red Center in Caribbean, calling Dr. Eric Sabadogo. One time we were on the field. That man, he's Eden, he's a Burkina Faso. He said the day Liberians will realize what they have, it is the day they will not see any need to travel out of their country. The man told us that I was so curious to ask him what he really mean. He said, "As you will see for yourself." He said, young people, if they will realize what Liberia carries, there will be no need for young people to run outside on the street. It's a Burkina Faso telling me this thing. So our officials know exactly how to empower Liberians. They know it. But the problem is that they won't do it because they want us to continue to serve them. And when their children come, we should always, our children continue to serve them. That's the reason why our country is always in a vicious cycle, which is very sad. But I believe one fine day Liberia will be free from the into. So thank you so much for the conversation. I do appreciate it.
Okay, thanks so kindly as well. Welcome. Let's hear you. Hello.
President Colley, and I call from somewhere in Monrovia.
Who? You said what's her name?
Laura and Colley.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, I want to thank Brother Elijah Shononi. He did a very piece, and the issue of the economic question is the question we all need to answer. Understand that we Liberians put all hands on deck and solve that issues. Look at Mauritius right next to Seychelles. These countries have a different mind. They are transforming their country. We need to rise up as Liberians, and our government must wake up and answer that question. We want to answer the question of identity. We want to be transformed. Think of who did on Lee Kuan Yew. So we need to rise up as a nation and say enough is enough and have a change of mind and change our country. Instead of complaining, begging the U.S. for immigrant visa, whatever, we need to rise up and develop our own country. COVID taught us a lesson we have not learned. In the midst of COVID, we couldn't travel anywhere, but many of us, we prefer kill than solution. It's time for solution now. Thank you.
Thanks so kindly as well for your call. Welcome. Let's hear you. Welcome. Liberians, speak out to. Hello.
Yeah. Good afternoon, Julius.
Okay. Go ahead.
Hello?
Hello. Go ahead. We're hearing you.
Thank you, Julius. My name is Prince Nascimento Goto, and I do join the conversation from my Pakistan, especially my 13 resident.
Mm-hmm.
Let me appreciate you at the hour for always bringing, reality to the discourse. When I hear your voice on the hour, I always be accepted to film in. But unfortunately, sometimes we can't come true. But Julius, the work you do for the nation, I think country will judge you tomorrow. Your generation will bear the fruit of what you are doing for the country. You see.
So why is it my second start eating the food for that generation will come? I gotta start eating the food. But you can go ahead.
I know, right? Yeah. Our leaders they are not doing this. They don't know what they are doing to the They are doing it because they know what they are doing to us. Because they want us to be in every day to be begging them and be saving them. And when we are be serving in this country,
well,
they are going to school.
So then I think we should go beyond. Let's go beyond saying, oh, that's what they will do and push.
Hello.
Yeah. Are you getting me? I don't know what happens at times. Hello, are you hearing me? Okay, he isn't. Welcome, let's hear you.
Thank you, Julius. This is Edwin G.V. Cannon, probably new at
Chigbene. Go ahead.
From the Chigbene Avenue. Happy New Year. I call you to tell you Happy New Year. Could not get you.
Okay, many happy returns.
Yes. Julius, sometimes some of us get discouraged, but we are still encouraged. Meaning, when we travel to like Europe, Asia, and come back to this country because we love the country, because we see the Ghanaians and the Nigerians will not make that difference, and no aliens and foreigners can do it. We got to do it. But then sometimes our leaders, they discourage us with everything that we are doing. Julius, this country is rich, from the mining sector to the agricultural sector that we are found ourselves in now. Nobody is waiting.
Have you got any support for your agricultural initiative? You invited me there once.
Nobody. The fact is that nobody wants a benefit to do something that other people will benefit, or maybe to become somebody. We should continue to get after other people and saying
because every place were improved in such a way, you could become an employer to employ more people. You pay them.
That's what I'm fighting to do. That's what I'm fighting to do now on my own. But the worst part about it is that everywhere. Can you imagine? I started the Beaches and the Waterway project under Madam Seri 2011. What I did, I was the first person to construct a concrete structure on the beach so that other people can see it, that we need not to put mat and other things in the places there. As bus factor, right? You know that there's people just walk to my place, as beautiful it is, that they want to break it because they want to see the beach and all the kind of things. That is discouraging. I said, but why you can't help me to pour more money to make it better? Because there's a beautiful place that I here. And this is the place that I made today. You have the shopping mall, you have other facilities. But because it is bendy, so somebody want to get rid of it. So how can they help me to improve agriculture? Even Great Cape Country now, I'm doing well there. Great in Montserrat, that anybody can walk and kind of see. Nobody will want to help. So we need to change this mindset. This country is for all of us. That's the only country that we cannot be deported from. That's the reason why we can go and come back to this nation.
Okay.
All of these resources. Look at King George in my county, Brother Julius. When I pass there every day in my district, I cry on a daily basis. the kind of resources that are coming from there, there is no road going to our own. Nothing with the citizen poor, but God is there. There will be a time for it.
Okay.
God cannot help us. Action we need to take. Thank you, Judah.
Thanks so kindly for your call as well, folks. I know the interest is high. Let's move on to another thing. Let's start a conversation that we will continue on tomorrow. I'll also start posting the pieces of the document. But corruption about you. So I decided to pass to somewhere called Cow Factory, a Jamaica Road area, to buy meat. So the guys will come. Oh, I'll buy from. The first guy who met me, the other guys came. Oh, go to the library, brother. They just talking. So I went to the side. They said, oh, I'm the best person to buy from. Oh, sorry. Someone's talking about the international line. I would have loved to hear from people in America, man. Did I really? Oh, is it on? I was not seeing call from that. Oh, yeah, sorry. I was not paying attention to it. Which one is it? I have two phones there, so I don't know. Which one is it? Okay. Let me see if I can squeeze in one or two international calls, please. Please, international callers only. Can I take one or two of you? Let's do you justice. Yeah. So I just keep the line open. So let me be telling my story. The corruption business, how the country is very corrupt. Yeah. So the guys, I go there and the guys, the man said they measure to 3-4 pounds of meat. Yeah, the thing just looking lightweight. When I say after some money, you the first person come back, so you get 3 pounds money. I come here, let me take this call. Hello, welcome. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Julius,
You said what's your name?
Victoria, I'm calling from Minnesota.
Okay, go ahead.
So, because I got a question, right? There's more deforestation stuff that's going on right now that people kind of complaining about. With all the resources that we have in our with all the resources that we have in Liberia, why are more people suffering the way we are doing? Why? Or is it weakness or it's just a system? Because everything that you want in this world, we have it in Liberia. But the common man cannot even get a 1 square meal for he and his children. So what's going on? We who in America here that help our people back there, Julius, we are tired. We are tired. It's not easy.
I know.
We are tired. When some of us leave our houses like 4 o'clock in the morning, we don't go home until 5 p.m. or 5:30. Some of us don't see our kids go to school because you have to work the extra hours to be able to get extra money, to be able to help your people. Why are our people treating us like this? Why? Why are our people treating us? This is so sad. This is so heavy for us here. It's not easy. You coming in the snow, your car slipping off the road, but you have to do it. With all the resources we have in our country, if we are catching tough time, our people are suffering. People go to bed with no food. How? This need to change. Our people need to know how to vote these people, because they will come with their sweet mouth, and then you give them the power. At the end of the day, they turn into something else. This is wrong. This is wrong. This has to change.
Thanks so kindly.
So much.
Okay, thanks so kindly, madam, for your call. Let's go to France. This call is coming in from France. Welcome, let's hear you. Hello.
Yeah, how are you, Julius?
Yeah, what's the name?
It is Joel from Paris.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, my brother, it's just unfortunate, Every day the same old story over and over. It's like Liberians have been taken hostage. We call it the Stockholm syndrome. I think you know that.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, because we appreciate every little, it's like we are just satisfied with the hostage that we are in that country. I love a little piece that Sony, the former minister, Ila Sony wrote, but then it comes to the kind of pride again we got in that country, my brother. Like, for example, until the private sector can be open, everybody, the so-called government, whatever, call themselves politicians, people come from outside Liberia, be it America, Europe, next door, Africa. They are, even some of them come from on farms. Some of them are selling in stores. Some of them are doing logistic work. They are working with UPS. They are working with most of them are doing logistics, They are towing, they are carrying stuff, they are towing things back and forth. They are working in a warehouse. But when it comes to Liberia, they give them those little government jobs because they went to those small schools. Most of them, the schools that they go to, their discipline is not what they do in the place that they live. But when it comes to Liberia, they put their shoulders up and then they give them the big jobs. They don't know what they're doing. Most of them are cleaners. Those kind of jobs make a lot of money. But then when they come to Liberia, they just put themselves in front of everything, act like they are so-called politicians, like they know all. And just try to put our people behind all the time. And then we ourselves, we just got that syndrome stuck in us that we don't even, we appreciate every little thing. It's like mediocrity has taken over the entire country, my brother. It's sad. But
Okay.
one day I know it will be, some way, somehow, the real person will come there with that vision. I will try, and strengthen all these things. But it's sad, my man. I'm telling you, the kind of thing we celebrate for is sick.
Thanks so kindly. Thanks so kindly. And that's what it is. We'll continue to try to play our part to inspire, to educate, to inform people. The like, bro. So I was telling you the story, right? So the guys gave me the meat. They said I've seen that soon money. You the first customer that £4. I pay £3. Okay. So I moved. So I go in. The first man I said, "Oh, Bravi, so you pass me. I'll tell you." I said, "Okay, let me buy from you too." So I go to the baby. I say, "I'll tell you. Bring out me. They me the give how many pounds?" I said, "That £4." I said, "Yeah, put it on the scale. Yeah, put it on the scale at £2." And I said, I'll tell you, the man bye in the place there. But so the man fingered the scale. So but that's serious corruption now. So anybody buying from that person there, that what serious corruption. So first of all, I meant to my whole £1 money go free money to for me this morning. And it okay. Because they can calibrate the scale in such a way that you put small thing on it, it appear like a weighing mush. But whatever the case is, that's what it is. Let's bring you this. Let's keep being hopeful. Let's keep trying to do the very right things. Someday, somehow, we'll get there. I thank God that He has given some of us strong heart. I thank God that He gave some of us very strong heart. You can talk whatsoever, but there are truths that I know. For example, the quarrying business. From Ellington, okay, the war destroyed everything, quarrying. Then the bases started to be set again and blah, blah, blah. 35,000 plus homes were connected. Then the hydro rehabilitation. So at that time, they could not, it was understandable the capacity of the country. You could not connect a whole lot of people, but they started to set the basis. Then came in the other administration that we are on, picked up the CRSG, carried it wherever, concluded with it. That could help to expand. They expanded the base to more than 280,000 plus. Yep. And then a new administration came in. So there was a base to help this one get in more additional electricity as well, connect more people. However, there is a truth. You know, people don't understand when I do certain things. Oh, you hear the government, oh, that bad news is looking for. No. There is a truth that you must know. Solving Liberia's energy needs is not something that will happen overnight. It requires sustained investment. If rainy season happening, it happening in other countries around us. We're getting current from Ivory Coast, maybe from Guinea too, or whatsoever. They could give you more in their peak time. They will give you more, which will help you connect more people and also maintain constancy of the electricity. But during the dry season, they themselves have a high energy demand. So the amount of electricity, they may not be able to supply you with what they will supply you during the rainy period. Because internally, we've not been able to generate the amount of electricity required to continuously power the country. So if that drops and your hydro's capacity also drops, even if they were to complete that 20 megawatts solar stuff and given the new connections and everything else that is taking place, dry season, if the amount of electricity from Ivory Coast drops and the solar drops and the hydro drops, there will still be room for load shedding. Because we've not got to the point to say maybe the country is producing 200 or 300 megawatts on its own constantly. That is the reality. It requires sustained investment. So it may not necessarily be that, oh, the band is looking for, but these are the realities. And it doesn't mean the people who to LEC, they are incompetent or blah, 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 or this and that. It is the existing reality that you must solve. Anyways, that's what people, they may not tell you, but I covered that sector. I went to a whole lot of, I even moderated sessions. I understand plenty of things about the electricity, but I know what the plans are, the SP1 or SP2 or SP3 or SP4. We went along that St. Paul River all the way up there, all the places supposed to build another hydro and all that stuff. I've gone there. I know. So what we are experiencing now with power outages at some point in time, that is the reality. What may have helped us was the expanded rainy season. Oh, you think if Ivory Coast is giving you 50 megawatts, for an example, during that period, that peak season when electricity, when rain is falling and there is more coming from their own hydro and blah blah blah. So when dry season, where they will now start opening their dams small, and the whole of Ivory Coast, everywhere you go, coring there, and they need coring, they will still give you 50. They could drop because their own demand is always high. Yeah. Yeah. I know. Okay. So we have to demand more from our leaders. When you do it, doesn't mean, but we get in we yell for things to be okay. For it to be fine, that you get so on your foot, but because you want people to see you pull, or you want fly to get you hard time, you tie cloth over it, blah blah blah, to make it appear like you don't get so, but you get so. The band-aid solution. That is what we do. That is what we do. At least. And you're getting old. You having children. At least. We keep trying. We keep talking. We keep playing our power. Auditor General report. Okay, this is the okay conversation. Okay, let me go back here. I'm not seeing that. Yeah. You have to demand more. You have to demand more. Very important. Until we can do that, we always have problems. Okay, so like we said, the Auditor General's report on the status. Okay, since the two entities, we did that the other day. Oh yeah, where's the thing I'm looking for? I had it downloaded, but for some reason I'm not seeing it. Yeah. Okay. Let's take one or two calls as we try to get what we want to get. One or two calls, 777-700-995, as we also continue with this voice. I just love this. I love this.
I hesitated there because I wasn't sure where the conversation was going or what the goal was. I mean, I do take care of.
Do you think that men can get pregnant?
I hesitated there because I wasn't sure where the conversation was going or what the goal was. I mean, I do take care of patients with different identities. I take care of many women. I take care of people with different identities. And so that's where I paused. I think, yeah, I wasn't sure where you were going with that.
Well, the goal is just the truth. So can men get pregnant?
Again, the reason I paused there is I'm not really sure what the goal of the question is.
The goal is just to establish a biological reality. You just said a moment ago that science and evidence should control, not politics.
Absolutely.
So let's just test that proposition. Can men get pregnant?
I take care of people with many identities, but
Can men get pregnant?
I take care of many women that can get pregnant. I do take care of people that don't identify as women. That
Can men get pregnant?
Again, as I'm saying,
Let me just remind you what you testified to a moment ago. Science and evidence should control, not politics. So can men get pregnant? You're a doctor, I
agree.
think.
Science and evidence should guide medicine.
Do science and evidence tell us that men can get pregnant? Biological men, can they get pregnant?
I also think yes/no questions like this are a political tool. And
No, yes/no questions are about the truth, doctor. Let's not make a mockery of this proceeding. This is about science and evidence, and I'm asking you. You know, the United States Supreme Court just heard arguments yesterday at great length on this question. This is not a hypothetical question. This is not theoretical. It affects real people in their real lives. And you're here as an expert, called by the other side as an expert. And you've been telling us that you follow, right, you're a doctor, and you follow the science and the evidence. So I just want to know, based on the science, can men get pregnant? That's a yes or no question. It really is, I think.
I think you're trying to reduce the complexity of a lot.
I'm not. I'm trying to get, it's not complex. I'm trying to get to an answer, and I'm trying to test, frankly, your veracity as a medical professional and as a scientist. Can men get pregnant?
I think you're also conflating
This is
male
extraordinary.
female with.
No, I'm not conflating male and female. They're two different things. There's biological men and there's biological women. And I want to know, can men get pregnant?
What you were talking about is biological.
You're not going to answer my question, it sounds like.
Biological males.
This isn't hard, doctor. Can men get pregnant? Yes or no?
Again, I would be more than happy to have a conversation with you that is not coming from a place of trying to be polarized and push.
I'm not trying to be polarizing. I'm trying to ask, I think it is extraordinary that we are here in a hearing about science and about women. And for the record, it's women who get pregnant, not men. We are here about the safety of women and science that shows that this abortion drug causes adverse health events in 11% of cases. That's 22 times greater than the FDA label, another fact you haven't acknowledged. And yet you won't even acknowledge the basic reality that biological men don't get pregnant. There's a difference between biological men and biological women. I don't know how we can take you seriously and your claims to be a person of science if you won't level with this on this basic issue. I thought we were past all of this, frankly. I can't believe we're still here talking about this.
I am a person of science, and I'm also someone here who's here to represent the complex experiences of my patients, and I don't think polarized language or questions serve that goal. I don't think they serve the American people.
It is not polarizing to say that there is a scientific difference between men and women, and I want this to be clear and for the record. It is not polarizing to say that women are a biological reality and should be treated and protected as such. That is not polarizing, that is truth. It is also, by the way, the United States Constitution, which offers unique protections to women in a variety of circumstances as women. And your refusal to recognize women as women and men as men is deeply corrosive to science, to public trust, and yes, to constitutional protections for women as women. And I think it's extraordinary that you would sit here and advance a political agenda that has been thoroughly discredited and rejected by the American people in this forum. And I'm glad we had this exchange because it is exceptionally clarifying. It is also in many ways quite depressing.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Very, very interesting, right? Yep. Let me see what this person wants to say. Welcome, let's hear you.
Thank you, my good friend, brother Julius. This is Zizé.
Go ahead, Zizé.
I'm calling you from on the highway. Let me commend you. You know, that's why when the time is reaching, even when we are working or doing something, we always make sure to listen to you people because you have bring sense to the disco. You know, I always say this to you. I say, Julius, I'm saying that you should not get any job for you to do for you to have more money. But where God chooses for you to be, you got to be there. Because I know you believe in God. So when God calls you for a purpose, you need to serve that purpose. And that's what you're doing. We know that the job comes with challenges. Nothing is in it. So we know that. But you do this for your nation. And some of us, we will know what you did for us, and our children will know what role you play in this country of what you're doing now. We are our own problem in this country. I always say this to you guys. When I tell you, I say we need to be serious, so that you can be taking it to be joke. But that's a reality. We like to play fun in this country. We are not serious-minded people. Whole day we just talk, with all no action. Then we say that we say we believe God or we put our trust in God. That's how God works. I always tell people this. It's not how God performs miracles. God has created us and put us on the planet and gave us 5 senses for us to use. So the 5 senses that God gave man, what he gave it for? To just be there, oh God, come from you. Oh God, that you the one are depending on. Oh God, that's how God works.
Okay.
You need to take it into your hand to do what you're supposed to do. Just see what you just said just now. I want people that we put there to say you're going to represent us. Up to now, I know if the session said now.
No, session still.
Session
still has some help.
Now they're waiting for feedback. Then they say they in our interest. And you see what we tell you, we need to be serious and put fire behind the people. Every day it will come to be protesting. In the meters, when you protesting, you start to vandalize, you start to destroy it. No. But to make sure for people to do what they're supposed to do.
Thanks so kindly. We hold it as is because of time. I guess it's here. She will soon be coming in. But I'll just give you a gist. I got it. I got what I was looking for. I've been having it for some reason. It was trying to run away from me. But the Auditor General's report on the compliance audit of the Liberia Water and Sewer Corporation for the periods January 1, 2021 to December 31, 2023. That audit was done. Let me read you the letter to the Managing Director, Mo Ali, from the Auditor General. I'll just read that one. I just to tease you small. Then tomorrow we'll go into the dastardly, grimy details, gut-wrenching. Honorable Mohammed Ali, Managing Director, blah, 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 blah. Adverse conclusion. The General Auditing Commission has concluded a compliance audit of the Liberia Water and Sewer Corporation for the periods January 1, 2021 to December 31, 2023. The compliance audit, so it is fully during the previous administration, 2021 to 2023. The compliance audit has been conducted in compliance with relevant laws and regulations consistent with the Auditor General's mandate as provided for in Section 2.1.3 of the General Auditing Commission Act of 2014, as well as in accordance with all relevant laws. Based on the audit work performed, because of the significance of the non-compliance matters noted in the basis for conclusion paragraphs below, The financial transactions and operations of the Liberia Water and Sewer Corporation are not in compliance with the stated laws and regulations for the periods July 1, 2021 through to December 31, 2023. Basis for conclusion. During our compliance audit of the Liberia Water and Sewer Corporation, LWSC, for the periods July 1, 2021 to December 31, 2023, we identified several significant non-compliance issues that have led to our adverse conclusion. The LWSC management did not comply with relevant laws, regulations, and policies due to the following reasons. Unapproved financial statements. Management did not present financial statements for the periods July 1, 2021 to December 31, 2023 in accordance with the Public Financial Management Act of 2009 as amended and restated in 2019 and the International Financial Reporting Standard Framework. No evidence of liquidation report for payments made to beneficiaries. Management made payments amounting to $3 million Liberian dollars to Lord Kelvin Forex Bureau for subsequent remittance through mobile money and Orange to outstation staff without evidence of liquidation report for 15 staff beneficiaries. Loan with Money Exchange Bureau. Management made fund transfer to Lord Kelvin Forex Bureau amounting to $1 million Liberian dollars on November 6, 2023 from its Echo Bank account number blah 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 without trace to the general ledger and supporting documents. Management obtained a loan amounting to $20 million Liberian dollars from Express Foreign Exchange Bureau rather than a commercial bank for payment of salary. So the manager used to go to the money changer and take money from there. Then they just go, they pay it, get it out. No? It bow, other people buy. Terrible. Management obtained a loan amounting to $20 million from Express Foreign Exchange Bureau rather than a commercial bank for payment of salary on December 19, 2022 with repayment in 2 weeks from the date of the contract. The loan funds were received in cash from the Foreign Exchange Bureau. Management did not provide a board resolution authorizing the acquisition of the loan consistent with the PFM Act of 2009 as amended and restated in 2019, Section 31, blah, blah, blah. Double salary emolument payment made to staff. Management made double payments of salaries to several senior staff and employees through the MFDP GL payroll and LWSC's in-house payroll. Session just started. Our reporter is saying session just started. It's 5 o'clock already, after 5. Management made double payment of salary to several senior staff and employees through the MFDP GL payroll and LWSC in-house payroll amounting to LRD $1,205,437.50 and US $58,780. Receipt of double emoluments for statutory board member. Management made several payments to statutory board members for board and sitting fees amounting to Liberian dollars $1,115,370 and $34,020 while receiving their regular salaries and benefits from government ministries and agencies. Unsettled salary arrears. Salary arrears to employees amounting to US $871,869.37 for several staff for the months of February, November, and December 2023 were unsettled. Third-party payment made to employee of the entity. Management made third-party payments to employees amounting to $2,360,000 Liberian dollars and US $127,026 rather than making direct payment to beneficiaries of their legally authorized representatives. Payments without evidence of contracts. Management made several payments amounting to $8,038,340 and US $107,040 for fuel and lubricant to Sano L Enterprise without evidence of contracts, delivery notes, and receipts, etc. Management made several transfer payments through the EcoBank Omini platform to unknown vendors, amounting to US $238,472 for fuel and lubricant without evidence of valid contract, delivery notes, LPOs, and receipts, etc. Transactions without detailed narratives. Several credit transactions totaling 97 97 million? Several credit transactions totaling $97,875,373 in debit transactions amounting to $98,378,317 are recorded without proper narratives in the general ledger from July 2021 to December 31, 2023. GOL subsidies not recorded in the general ledger. MFDP, that's Ministry of Finance and Development Planning, GOL provided allotments to LWSC amounting to US $8,943,652.07 as GOL grant for the periods under review, and the amount could not be traced to the general ledger. Payment without evidence of adequate supporting documents. Management made payment amounting to $3,472,474.09 without adequate supporting documents such as vouchers and other relevant supporting documents for the period under review. Transfer payment without evidence of payee vendor name. Management made several bank transfer payments from their internal EcoBank Omni platform amounting to $1,044,135.06, that's Liberian dollars, and US $371,277.95 without evidence of payee vendors' names or representatives and other relevant supporting documents. Misstated revenue balances. Revenue reported in the general ledger for the fiscal periods under audit amounted to $6 million, that's US $6,036,387, while revenue reported in the financial statements for the periods amounted to $14 million US $749,939, resulting to variances of US $8 million plus. Non-disclosure of revenue from MFDP. Management did not disclose in the general ledger and financial statements revenues amounting to US $1,424,152 as billing revenue from MFDP IFMIS ledger on behalf of various entities of GOL for the period ended December 31, 2022. Oh, plenty. What? So we will stop it here. Our guest is here. Let's talk to her. Tomorrow we will open it up. Yeah? Yeah, tomorrow we will open up the report itself. That's just the letter part. That's just summary there. Yeah, well, tomorrow opening up the details of the audit. Okay, we have with us Madam Rosalind Tamba. Madam, welcome.
Thank you.
How is life?
Life is not fine.
What's going on?
My son was killed. This gone August 9 by DEA man, Liberia DEA worker, Bill Jabba and Stephen Swa. Stephen Swa worked with the fire service. The two of them called my son on August 9. They killed my son. Killed my son.
I know it is.
They killed my son.
I know it is heartbreaking. I just want you to try to hold on to your emotions, and let's get the details small. I know how tough it is as a mother going through that, but I just want you to hold your heart. Yeah, so we get the details, so that when we are asking the DEA people to, or whoever is allegedly involved. So how old was your son?
My son was 24, going to 25. December 18 was to make my son 25. So you were 24.
So what happened? What do you know? How did it happen?
What I already know is that it was on August 9 last year. The street no more called me, and they said that I should carry $100 US to free my son. Then they get a phone to my son, like they cuff my son, so the phone was in their hand, and they put the phone in your ear, and they told you to talk to me, talk to your mother. And he said, Mama, that's me. I used to call him Reverend. His name was Albert J. Kakula. But I used to call him Reverend. So he said, Mama, it's me, Reverend. please bring $100 US or you send it on the number. So I see and say, Reverend, what happened? He said, Mama, just bring the money. After everything, I will better explain to you. That was the last word my son gave me. It's like right after that particular word, they killed my son immediately because just as my son got you talking to me, they hang the call and I dial the number back. And my son couldn't talk to me. And the man that was holding the phone started making phone. Talk to your man now. Talk to your man now. He want to go. He want to go. So I ran outside. I went on the road and I credited $100 US. From one little boy, he can change money on the road. The little boy gave me the $100 US. I got on motorbike. I went to where they told me to go. They said I should go to Banasville Town House. And when I got to Banasville Town House, I only met my son body there.
Wow.
I only saw my son laying against the wall. He was not living. The way I saw he was not living. My son-in-law and myself put him in a keke. We rushed him to Jean David Hospital. Jean David said that they can't cater to men, only women. I called my neighbor, I called the father. The two of them went there with the two guys. They put my son in my neighbor car, they carried my son to JFK, and the father went on the scene to where the thing took place. Then they sent me home. So I said, but then once you sent me home with me, my son not living. And when they went to JFK, they pronounced my son dead. How they killed my son. And when they did it to me in Banasville, when I went there, I saw him, putting him in the keke. Somebody ran behind me. He told me, say, take my number. I want the community chairman in this place here. I know who killed your son. I know the people that killed your son. Anyway, he did the case here, call me there. I took his number, he took my phone, he put his number in my phone because for me, I was not to myself. I still get that number in my phone. And so when they pronounced my son dead, then they come and call for a Thursday. They said that they need to do a Thursday to know the cause of death. Since last year, August, the government can run the Thursday on my son's body. I've been running up and down, my brother and myself. We will go to finance, we go to Ministry of Justice, we go to Central, we go to DA Ministry, we go to Fire Service every day. We transporting ourselves coming from ministry to ministry from last year, August. So last week I told my brother, say, send the boy, I can't get justice. Let's bury him, my dear. That was the frustrated part of it all. We went to JFK, they gave my son body was not even good for funeral service. They took my son from JFK straight to the grave.
When you buried him?
I buried my son there on Saturday.
So, you called two persons' names. How did you get to know that they were allegedly involved?
I called Bill Jabani because Bill Jabba was the one that called me on his phone.
Oh, wow.
He called me on his number. Maybe he was thinking, say, some kind of crazy old lady that I might not remember because when my son was going, my son was only protecting his phone. My son forgot about his life. My son took a SIM card because my son was using iPhone. So he took a SIM card from in the iPhone and put it in small button phone and left his iPhone home. And Bill said he's on test. The test stay in the phone stay to Central. They tested in the phone, they test that bill sent to my son. And he even placed call to him. They call, they miss call, everything stay in my son's phone. And then it was the same number that he bill called me on. And then also the community chairman that told me that he know the people that came my son. He was there when he saw Bill and Stevie holding the boyfriend in the car and carrying him to Banasway Town House. That's how he went to them. And he asked them, whose son you are doing this thing to? That's how he said that he took the leg because it was some minutes after 8. He took the leg, according to him, he put it in their face and he said, well, I know you. So that I got to know this Bill, Jabba and Stevie Swa.
So, but do you know why did they do it?
I don't know anything. My son was not friendly with them. After he killed my son, he turned around, he made a post. He said that one of the biggest kill has been killed. My son lived with me.
So who made that post?
It was Bill Jabba who made that post.
Okay.
Now one of the biggest kill has been killed in Liberia. And then my son lived with me. I don't care how it is as a mother. Your child live with you and your child is attitude one way or the other, you will notice that your child is in certain habit. Even if you not notice, one of your friend or relative will see that child in that habit, they can't tell you that your child is certain habit, and then you will be aware of that. But nowadays, my son live with me finish with high school. My son was now a street child.
So what is the police, or what has the police been saying about this? The DA, these entities that the two gentlemen.
That the frustrated party, anytime go to the police station, they will say the people on the road. They're not looking for Bill right in that here. See this one right in the Morovia here. Therefore, yesterday they say I call Bill number rank. Bill right in Morovia here. When I go to say he on the road, Bill living a free life. Nobody looking for Bill and Stevie Swa. Anytime I go to the police station, they say the people on the road. They are on the road. No justice for my son.
Is the DEA aware of this, that one of their agents may have allegedly done?
They are aware. The police wrote letter to the ministry, to DA ministry. The police sent letter there. Besides that, my brother have been going there. Even the fire service are aware. The police wrote letter and sent it there. And my brother been going there. My son.
So, what do you want to see happen?
I really want justice for my son, though. I really want justice for my son, though. I really want justice for my son. I suffer for my son. I send my son to school. My son read to where he's supposed to help me. And they say that about me to my son.
And what? So, in terms of governmental support, whether it is to push the case forward and all of that, how has it been?
To push the case forward, like how?
Have you got any support from the government, like trying to ensure that you get justice? That's what I mean.
Nothing. The only people that Boko was the one that went there last minute to time after the police posted that Bill Jabba and Stevie Swa are wanted. That how the journalists got to see that particular post and they wrote under it, where is his mother? And then I saw that comment. I got in touch with Boko and one of his friends.
Well, let me see. I don't know if we can speak with the DA, the fire service. I don't even know who the communications people are, but I think we try the police spokesperson as well to hear them. But this is And this has been ongoing since August.
Since August, not.
So when because you said you did the burial last Saturday, that's like September, October, November, December. That's a 4-5 months. Where was the body?
The body was lying down in JFK. JFK.
Who was paying the cost of the embalmment?
That the government was responsible for it being in JFK.
Well, what is the involvement of your family members, friends, and all of that? Just let them know. I want to talk to them on this.
My family, my friends, everyone all been together, going up and down to the ministry, no understanding. Not to say my family left me alone, even the father of this child. Everybody fought my brother, everybody, every day we go to one of the ministry. And we can't get no understanding until...
Wow. Okay, let me read something someone just shared with me from October 2025. Wanted persons: LDA officer Bill Jabba and LNFS officer Steven Soa on the run in connection to the death of Abba J. Kakula. Please call the following NMP numbers with relevant information that will lead to their arrest. And since that time,
they living their normal life.
Okay. Okay, we were trying to see if we could speak with the police force people, but it's not going through. Okay, we will open the lines to see if people may have seen them, or what people also know about this. I want to see if I'm asking Boko if I can speak with him as well, since he's the media man who has been investigating this matter as well. 777-700-995, 555-995-995. Fellow Liberians, a very heartbreaking case here. A very heartbreaking case. I don't even know. Welcome. Let's hear you.
Yeah, Julius, thank you very much. Good evening. Thank you for the Julius, I'm Eddie Johnson. I call from Tuboro. I've been listening to that lady, the woman in the studio there. Look, I'm feeling very bad. Can you imagine? Because up to now, and the security forces are not making no effort to arrest us. You want them to say they put travel all over the country or what? With all the mechanisms that the police are putting in place where they can recruit people from their phone and that, all kind of things they can be talking. You want them to can okay these guys to bring them to justice? These are some of the things that can make people take the law into their hands. Seriously. I hear that woman crying in the studio there, look, I'm feeling very bad. That's some of the things that can make people take the law into their hands. I can tell you for sure, Judah, if I knew the guy then, if I was related to that man, to that woman, and they try and happy, I swear to God in heaven, I will take the law into my hand. Anywhere I see those guys, I will kill them. Then be free. Anywhere I see them, I will kill them.
Okay.
I tell you.
Thanks.
These are some of the things that can make people take the law into their hand. If that woman was my relative, and I know those guys in person, I swear to God in heaven. Anywhere I see them, I will attack them and kill them. Seriously.
Okay. Thanks so kindly. I really want to see if I can speak with Boko. He has been investigating this. Did he ask to his number? I thought I did. Boko, if you're listening, please call me. Let's hear what you were able to get from your investigations, because you have been on this. Let's hear what you've been able to get so far. Okay. Welcome. Let's hear you.
Yeah, Julius, how are you doing?
I'm fine. Go ahead.
Good evening to the living studio there. Mother, I have a sympathy, but there is a doubt and I want to understand. Because according to your explanation, you said your son was going and he left a big phone. So why he think that ahead of him, he left a big phone and he got a small phone?
Whenever people going out at night, they don't leave their big phones back. A whole lot of people do it because they don't want people to steal from them. I know a whole lot of people that don't go out with their big phones. I know a whole lot.
No, yeah, because he said I think like something like he received a call and you're going there and decided to leave the iPhone and carry a small phone. So and people calling him to go there to them. They may have been into I don't know they may have been into something.
So it is worth him being killed.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
And nobody, why you saying it like you trying to justify that because he left his big phone behind, so it was okay for him to be killed?
No, that's what I'm saying, Julius. Don't put that word in. I'm just saying that I want to understanding of it like no fellow that did that thing to him, he knew them and they have been together. I was trying to say.
Okay.
Something happened between
them. So why can't they be arrested so that they can explain the certain thing that happened between them?
Let guys be arrested, but you hear the story after. Well, one side of the story now, on the other side now. But everything he said the federal posted it that one of the under SYZ have been SYZ. So yeah, I told me that went on. So then we have clearly arrested people don't see what really went wrong.
Okay, thanks so kindly. But I don't know, sometimes there's this thing that I apply in my life, right? Put it in your shoe. Yeah, you know, the way you sound there, and when you to put that in your shoe, that same situation happens with your child, and see whether it is the same reaction you will give. Welcome. Let's hear you.
Yeah, good evening, Secretary. Oh, good evening, my sister. I know what I just feel. This is my little sister. Here today, my appointment about really what's up. He's out of it. Oh, I wish you was that justice.
Okay. Thanks so kindly for your call. Let's take a few more. Boko, I'm expecting a call from you. You have been investigating this matter. Yep. So it's important to hear from you. Let's see who's right here. Let's take this one. Welcome. Let's hear you.
Hello?
Yes, go ahead. Let's hear you.
My name is Steve Kennedy, and I call from the Banga Morovia Highway. Julius, I feel the pain of the lady. I'm a veteran of that. 2 years ago, my brother was killed in Bapolu like that with single barrel gun by a man who said he was a pastor while trying to build something near the zoo bush. The guy tried to say, don't do it. My brother went to talk to him. He shot my brother before he be better woman. My brother who is next to me. Today, my old man is living without trauma, my father. Up to now, the police have not done anything. The two senators of Bapolo are aware of what happened to my brother. All right? So, this thing in this country, sometimes people just take the law. I feel in that woman pain. I'm driving and sharing tears. I know what it takes to bring child out. I know what it takes, when your child to return that and to see him dying in a frustrated way like that. Mama, take heart, let God console you. I know what you're going through. It's too traumatic, but let God help you and keep you. And thank you, Julius, for sometimes coming out with news like this. Okay. You're one of our best in this country, and you're always investigating matters like this. I hope you will not stop this far. You will advance this conversation until we can get a probable cause for this man's death. Thank you.
Thanks so kindly. Well, and wanted to speak to the police spokesperson. Did you try to explain to her? But they were the ones that posted that they needed these two people. Let me share the post with her. Let me share the post. Okay, let's try to speak with the DO and the DA people as well. One of their agents alleged to have done this. What have they done about it so far? Hold on, folks. What have they done about it so far? Talk to that person. Okay, this is the OK conversation on OKFM 99.5. We are right here. We have a mother with us whose son was allegedly killed by an agent of the DA. And an agent of the fire service. We're trying to establish contacts with entities concerned. Okay. Let's see who said. Welcome. Let's hear you. Hello.
Yeah. Good afternoon, Julius.
Yes, go ahead.
Thank you. My name is Prince Nascimento Goto. I joined from Madagascar, Julius, I listen to our morning studio there. I'm very, very frustrating to raise a child. I talk about difficult economic situation, and the child we are still 24, and unfortunately, child got killed instantly that, and people that will be in the authority to see how better they can bring that people to justice. Après, delay tactic, and so much other questions if the child is sending else. At the end, it's frustrating. This is the reason why mob violence are coming and increase in this country. And so now when something happens, you want to retaliate immediately because of a family member. It is becoming frustrating. Where I'm sitting, I'm very frustrated, and our man, keep, and at least you don't have this case in him. You make sure that we channel on the social media, on the free media, that those individuals who are been involved in a particular case allegedly can be brought to justice, and so that you should be set about the model. What is this? This could be done to every one of us. But if you're in a cigarette, during me, you have extra, privilege all of the we are all one. Why would you choose someone and kill them instantly? And like to pay scatter them everyone all around. They are brought for you to do an normal thing. It's about this guy can be brought to justice. Thank you, mother. Stay hard. God will be with you.
Okay, thanks so kindly. So we try placing a call to the police spokesperson. She said she's not really au courant. She's not really on top of it. So I sent her the Facebook post they made in October to say this is the case for which I am calling you. She hasn't seen that yet. I sent it to her WhatsApp, so let's see whether she will, so that they respond and tell me what have they been doing so far. We also called up the DA spokesperson. DA spokesperson say he's not on top of the case, so he can't speak to it. That's where we are, folks. Let's take a few more of your calls. Welcome. Let's hear you, especially if you live in that area and you hear also something. Yeah, go ahead. Let's hear you.
Yeah, this is Slomo Johnson. Slomo, Iron Gate, brother.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm concerned. When you come today, I talk to the people say, why up to this time, they body were over there. They put never. Government. So you want to take the government? They don't care attitude that they were not waiting at all to do a justice to this woman because she's not important in society. Because she's not important, so that why they were not care to say that.
That is one point to answer. Did they do the autopsy then?
No, they never did any autopsy.
Oh wow!
They never did an autopsy. Government never did autopsy on my son. So I even asked them, I say, okay, if you people can't do the Thursday, you people already post those people's photo that they are wanted and they are not going to work and they are not in their homes, they are on the run, meaning they are the one that did this. So you people can place charge on them so that after I bury my son, then you people can search for them. If you people catch them, then at least we can pick the case up from there. No way.
Okay. 777-700-995. So at this point, the two security entities, who the fire service spokesperson? Because I want to know, are these individuals still going to work? If they're not going to work, what efforts are they making? Have they delisted them? Have they taken them from payroll and all of that? What effort have they as entities made? These are security entities whose members are accused. You know, where are they? Are they not in Monrovia here or what? But the spokespersons are reneging. So I don't know. Welcome. Let's hear you.
Hi, Julius. This is Boko Stewart.
Okay, yeah. Boko, good to have you. You jumped on this case and started to investigate, but as it is happening in studio, hitting all of the brick walls, how has it been at your end?
Well, Julius, to tell you the very truth, I'm very disappointed that information is coming from the police spokesperson because we've been there, several times. Even I was there this afternoon trying to find out what's the status of the investigation? Because, this story was broken by two of our fellows. And then I got involved to try to, to lead the whole investigation. So initially I went to the police spokesperson. Then she was not in office. There was a guy there. He took me to Simeon Frank's office. I think he's the one in charge of homicide or whatever. And then he said, well, the government has not yet done an autopsy. And, the autopsy was going to be done, and then before they were going to be able to find what the cause of death, was, and then before they were going to be able to make a charge, against these people, But up to today, Julius, I went to the police station and, to follow up, and then still the government didn't say anything. The LDEA, I was there too. I met with Orlando Demi. He's a spokesperson. I met with the Collins guy. How do you call the guy? Former police spokesperson.
Yeah, Sam Collins.
Yeah, Sam Collins, Orlando Demi, and I were in an office. I asked them a series of questions, about this particular case. They said, well, Bill Jabba, he was no longer in the employ of the LDEA, and at the time it happened, he had stopped being a volunteer since Fitzgerald Biago took over. All volunteers had to step down, and the LDEA was very much aware, of this particular case. And then I also went to the Liberia National Fire Service where I met Colonel Jackie C., who said that the director, Watso Bovo, what his name is, had ordered an internal investigation. And then she said she was going to update me on the status of the investigation. So up to the time we had written the first story, I had called her. Her phone was off. I had, when I went there the first time, I went there 2 weeks after, I didn't hear anything. I went to the Ministry of Justice where I met my colleague, what's his name?
Judumu Koli.
Yes, Judumu said that he was going to follow through with the Montserrat County attorney, and then I gave him 2 weeks. I went there again because at the time I was on my way to Joburg, and he was on his way out of the country, and then he said, the assistant minister for litigation, I've forgotten who that is, had met with the county attorney, and, they were going to provide some updates. But up to the time, when I got back from Joburg, up to the time we had written the first story, I called, I couldn't get any response, So basically, I would say from a professional standpoint, just being that dilly-dallied, because when me and my team, when we first interviewed Madame Tamba, we had gone to where the deceased, where his mom found him. And when we had gone there, we saw we saw Bill Jabba. Bill Jabba got tattooed on his arm,
Wow.
And Bill Jabba, yeah.
Which month did you go there?
This was sometimes I think it was either October or November, right? So we went on a fact-finding mission because we had gone to talk to some eyewitnesses on the scene. and we saw Bill Jabba. And then, because I didn't know him, but the two fellows that we have on our human rights training program, they recognized him. And they said, oh, that's the guy. So we started to tell him, but he noticed us too, and because that environment is not our environment and we don't know people there like that. So we became a little bit afraid and we hurriedly got on a keke and we whisked ourselves away to safety. You understand? But then so when I went to the LDA the first time, my question to them was, we saw Bill Jabba when we were investigating, and the police is looking for him for capital crime. So doesn't, patriotism to the state supersede whatever personal friendship, that LDA has with him? Because Bill Jabba is wanted allegedly for murder. And murder is a capital crime, and under our jurisprudence, it has no statute of limitation. So if somebody is wanted by the government of Liberia for murder and he's spotted within a law enforcement agency, so doesn't that law enforcement agency have the right to arrest him? And then...
So it was at the DA that you saw him?
It was at the LDA at Bannersville Town Hall. And even last week, I called Bill Jabba's phone up to the time I was writing, because I'm like, you know what, we have to be fair onto him because these are just allegations, right? I called his phone and he answered. So and then I asked him, I said, are you aware that there is a crime being leveled against you? He said, yes. I said, but have you turned yourself over to the police to clear yourself because the police have you on Facebook? He said, no. I said, but if you're on the run, doesn't that suppose guilt? If you are saying that you didn't do this, why not just turn yourself over to the police, to give your side? And then the phone went off. And then on Sunday, I visited Madam Kekula, to do a follow-up story, which we're still doing, which I was at the police station today. And, in her presence, I called him again. And, I said, hello, this is the journalist who called you. I'm following up, about this, do you want to say something about the charges and the allegations leveled against you? He got his phone off. Yeah, so pretty much that's been the status of the whole thing.
Wow. Okay, Boko, thanks so kindly for the work that you do. We appreciate it. We'll also be asking questions from this end.
Thank you.
So, folks, you have listened to it. Even after the alert or whatsoever was placed up, the journalist saw the man. But nobody... yeah, okay. Welcome. Let's hear you, sir.
Yeah, Julius, how are you?
I'm fine.
This is Akaro's Crew, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man, it's so sad, I fought it from start to end. And I just want to say sorry to the mom in studio. I know how painful it is, especially your child leaving and not returning. But I have a concern to the police. And I've just listened to the journalist what this guy from the state on. If the police in the fire incident can be able to show location of where people had their phone, where they stood during the day of the fire incident, and they got all the call logs, the police has the capacity to locate and tell the phone, especially once that phone is on, they can move into that vicinity. What are they waiting for? Why are they not treating this particular case as a special case that has to that murder?
Yeah,
somebody was killed.
Yeah.
There's not politics. Carol's call. Because that politics, there is some reluctance. Listen to the journalist and said the guy was at the LDA office when they went there.
Yeah, in the Bannersville area, that's all office they have.
In the Bannersville area right there.
Yeah.
Nobody touching. They are shielding him. You call the LDA spokesperson, no one want to talk. You call the police spokesperson, no one want to talk. After October, somebody will say, I don't have the details on this case. It's a fallacy. Somebody shielding something, somebody protecting someone down there. Julius, the phone, the location, the police director were on air the fire case. You follow the entire debate. He said the person was in this vicinity at this point in time. At this other point, they can get everything from Lone Star or Secom, and they got the experts who can do that. They stay in possession of the other phone. They have not called a press conference to give full details of this thing. But when the fire incident, you will hear that mob running every day on air and submit people to court. But look at it, somebody died. You know, and this is not just, it's not just the securities are becoming very brutal. You will be shocked. One of my friend's sons, one of the boys who helped me, electrician, in the same Ghana's area there, Okay? The police officer stabbed the boy. I don't know whether he was intoxicated.
When?
They rushed the boy to JFK about a month now. I told them to rush the cat, and they said the officer is the son with the chief of office staff, something like that. Okay, I'm telling you something serious. And I've been behind him. I said, but you got to go to the police station and lodge the case and won't let the boy. They had to rush into JFK.
Okay.
I'm very, very serious. The police have become very brutal. Listen to the other man talking about somebody firing his brother with single barrel and up to today's date. But if the opponent, they will do everything and run after you. They killed the other boy right near CDC headquarters. The place there. They killed that boy and fired the boy and said that he had mental challenges. They cover up for that security. And this is very dangerous. The LDEA, listen to that mother crying, Julius, you even to interview her, you were kind of stuttering. I see the pain, that grief is in her. There's a curse. Okay, to kill someone, child, you know what it means, Julius? It's too much.
Okay.
Seriously, it's too much. I'm so sorry, it's too much.
Thanks so kindly. I'm telling you, Boko is coming back. Hello?
Yes, Julius. So one key thing that I have forgot to add was, we had a key witness, who really delayed the publishing of our story. And this key witness, the same person that the lady, mentioned, who saw her son, and the guard said, and he prefers to be anonymous because, of course, his safety matters too as well. And since these guys are still on the run, he said he's not going to put his face forward, but he's willing to testify if the case went to court. And he said he saw the boy. And according to him, he checked his pulse because he asked them, where you took this guy from? They said you took the guy from Stephen Talbot. And he said, oh, the men are gay, the men are fake, blah, 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 blah. So he said, well, who told you that people ain't got right to be where they want to be in this country? So, and then he checked the guy's pulse. And he said, but this boy ain't got no pulse, oh. And you got the people's son here. So what happened between Stephen Talbot and Barnaby that, before you go here, what happened between Stephen Talbot and Barnaby? And according to him, he said he could not answer. But then when he looked at the boy's face, he saw hot tears running down. Yeah. And I mean, I have all of this on record, and he said, it's like, I don't know what they did to this boy, but whatever y'all have done to him, I'm just paraphrasing now, whatever y'all have done to him, y'all got to tell people what you did. Because the boy, he paused, nothing. And
so it's like he was already dead.
Apparently, he was already dead. Because according to his mom, they had called asking for ransom for $100. They say, oh, your son at this, you bring the son here, or you will not see your son. You understand? So, of course, she had to save her son. So that before she could go there, she met his remains, just there. And somebody is already willing to testify if the police is willing to move forward with this case. And you got other eyewitnesses too that we interview. Some people prefer anonymity because these guys, you see, Bill is a very bulky guy, big, beefy. So other people are in fear because, at least according to one of my sources in the DEA, Bill may have a weapon. So, people are in fear of their lives, not wanting to come out now. But if the case went to court, I'm sure those people, according to them, they will be willing to show up and testify.
Okay. Boko, thanks. Yeah, thanks so kindly. Wow. Okay, let's take a few more of the calls before we can let her go. Welcome. Let's hear you.
Good evening.
Yes, go ahead.
Good evening, Julia.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is Agent G. I'm calling from Rototown.
Mm-hmm.
What I want a mother to do, let her go to Freedom FM and lodge a complaint to Winston Hammer. If Winston Hammer got behind the case, those two guys will be arrested. Kappa will do it. They have the ability to carry on our investigation.
Are they police?
When they arrest, they turn the suspect over to the police. When they carry on the arrest, they will turn the suspect over to the police. They have the ability to kappa. They can do it. That woman go to Freedom FM this evening To go to Winter Hammer.
Okay. Thanks. So maybe the Kapao people listening, they can always listen to the show. Thanks so kindly for your call. Let me see if I can speak with someone who may have been an eyewitness to this situation. Okay, let me speak with this person on condition of anonymity. Let's keep the person anonymous. I call anonymity. Oh wait, folks. I need to speak with this person. This person is telling me something on Messenger, very, very important. So let me speak. Says 464. Okay. Let's speak with someone who may have seen something and continues to see something. Okay, this is the OK Conversation on OKFM. I'm trying to call you. You send me a number. I'm trying to call you. I don't know what's happening. Julius has stole my keke and gave it to a police officer who put it on traffic for 10 months. When we saw the keke, it was already damaged. Guess what, Julius? I told the guy to the court who stole my keke. He admitted that he can say in the presence of the police officer that he's being the one using the keke. The court requested the officer to come to the court. He refused. They wrote the police. They refused to turn the guy over. If they can steal keke and the criminal admit that the officer is aware and even free them most times when they get arrested, I can bet you, Julius, except God help that lady, this country is dangerous. This country's security sector is terrible. Travis Harris saying that message. Okay. These are terrible, terrible reviews coming up. Okay, I think the number you sent me has an issue. You message me, the number you send me, I think it has an issue. Please look at your messenger and resend me a better number to call you on. Or let me. Okay, that's it. There. Let me call this person. Yeah, Travis Harris on a story. Keke got stolen. Police officer using the the messed here gave the police officer. That picking our store, that knife jacked Rejoice. We are told that he did it. They carry him to jail. They went if they free. Yeah, welcome. Yeah, you don't need to call your name. Let's keep your identity. But tell us, what do you know?
So thank you so much, Julius, for all you do for country. I live right in the environment where the situation occurred, where all that it happened on a Saturday night. Yes. And then we kept on Saturday, on to Sunday morning, 3 o'clock. We witnessed everything that occurred. We went to bed 4 o'clock when they were taking the child to JFK. We were way home on 11 our contact with the relatives. Now, just in case of anything, inform us. You're going to tell me when us were together. So the guys took the ball for so around Stevie Tobo. It's where even the guys the ball in question was handcuffed.
Okay.
You were handcuffed.
Wow.
So we were sitting, there's a shop to the town where the court is, we can sit there and drink. So we were all around there when they brought the guy to job in there, the new court that they dedicated in recent time. Yeah. So when the job in the head, the court was in here, you were in a boxer. So when we were in the night, so we tried to intervene. So when I had the guys I explaining, in fact, the 2 gentlemen in question took out their phones with 10 messages. He had changed with every young man, and then he started explaining to us how the men are gay. We said, well, even the men are gay, is how you're treated by this time of the night. So how the product in question came there, tried to charge the man post. I tell the man already there. But then, remember in that time, we contacted the commander of the DA in the community, the DA office and the commander of the what the guys are working with. He identified the guys, man. And he did a call
He said you need to report to the office. But you know, the next morning, they will not want to check, want to see the outcome of the case. So the family came in the area, went to the town hall. The commander was there, please, there's nothing happened, Julius. The commander happened, there's nothing happened. You know, the guy is still going to the office.
Eh?
The boss is going to the office. The boss know what they're doing, Julius.
But then, why is it they making it to appear that the guys are on the run when the guys are not on the run?
You don't want to talk too much before people catch up, but the guys are still going to the office. And if the police see us, they know where the guys are. The DA commander know where the guys are.
Okay. Thanks so kindly. Wow. LRB. Just 2 more calls and then we'll wrap up. Welcome. Let's hear you.
Good evening, Brother Julius, and let me say good evening to our listeners.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm Jeremiah B. Toe from Maryland.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So we listen to the other side of the party, right? So as you are doing it for the sake of the public, we need you to call the police so that we can hear their own side.
So you didn't listen that we called the police post when she said she's not on top of the case, so she can't say anything. You didn't listen that we called the DA spokesperson. He said he's not on top of the case, so they can't say anything.
Okay, then, senior man. Well, what we do, we wait for correct information to come out.
Oh, so the other information is not correct.
No, it's correct because we are hearing something to share.
Oh, but you said we must wait for correct information. This thing, hello. This thing happened since August. Since August, these people been behind this case. You listen to a journalist who has been going from office to office from every time behind this case investigating. No one saying anything. Then you jump out, you say we should wait for correct information.
Yeah,
for how long?
I believe that there should be information given by the
Why are you not pressuring the police, the DA, for all these people to say something, but you want for the public to wait? So just be waiting. Don't say anything. Just be waiting.
This is an allegation alleged against somebody who left to is a character assassination, right?
So you say character assassination. Okay, see you now. See you. Since this is someone's child died, 2 people are accused. People are saying that people are still working. They see them to DA office. Action is not being taken, but you said a character assassination. And you think everything is your back and forth politics. Seriously? Put it in your shoes. The people who are accused to have killed your child or relative, that is just that no one doing anything about it. People seeing them going to work. That's what about people say they are on the run. Welcome. Let's hear you the final call.
Thank you, Julius. Thank you so much for allowing the woman to clear her chest. Let me say, Mom, sorry, we are in sympathy with you. Do mind some of the callers. Those are ignorant and then one that are talking this way, how they talk. We are in sympathy with you because we know how to bring children up. Some of them don't know how to bring child up, so they will just talk any kind of way they feel it. It's people, even if your child, you bring her out, they become a criminal. Your child is your child. It's not a way for them to be killed. But Julius are trying to say this. The way now the thing has come out like this, even though it has been on, but the way now the media taking it, they got them. You take time, you will not see them. They already finished telling them you need to hire. Those are protecting them. They have already finished telling them say you need to hire yourself. But the thing is not in hiding, Julius. Okay. Generally, just explain what happened. All our witnesses just explain what went on. So the thing is not only to say the woman just go here, but they say that she confused. No, it's something that people saw. It's something that people see.
Thanks so kindly. Let's squeeze in the final one from overseas, from France. Welcome. Let's hear you. No, hold on, Chief. You were not on. Oh, hello, you were not on. I only okay. You were not on. So, yeah, no, it's okay. No, you shouldn't use that word. Yeah, but you can just go ahead. 30 seconds.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, Julius, what I was saying, right? Like, for example, we just saying the same thing, the same conversation we were having earlier about this whole mediocrity. Now you call, we had a problem. You call the other side, the police, other people spoke, whatever woman, whatever, said they can't come in. The opposite can come. Now, opposite, you must come and answer because somebody talking, they say character assassin. What assassin is that? Who shooting anybody character here? Besides breaking the fact and saying what we know and what is on the book for now. Until the other person can come and debunk it, that's their own story. But the city will say, my brother, you know, it all bows down to the city, Julius.
Okay, thanks so kindly. We'll come back to you, ma'am, to wrap up. Mm-hmm. Yeah, your final words before we let you go.
My final word is that I want justice for my son. I want justice for my son, oh. I want justice for my son, please. I want justice for my son.
Okay. Thanks so kindly. We are with you, and we hope that this matter is actually brought to justice. My name is Julius J. Tomorrow will be another day. The news is up next.